I'm Melissa, the Urban Housewife, and you're watching Everyday Dish TV. Today we're going to make a strawberry rhubarb cobbler. It's a very easy dish to make, and it's great because you'll find these items at your local farmer's market. So let's get started. You're going to start by putting in some sugar, cornstarch, and you just mix these up a bit. This is going to be coating your fruit, so you just want to make sure these are combined. And then you're going to have about 8 cups of fruit in this, so I tend to like a little more strawberries, so this is 3 cups of rhubarb and 5 cups of strawberries. So you just pour them into your dish here. Get that rhubarb out of there. Strawberries. And you just slice these up thinly. All right, so you have all your fruit in here, and you just want to start coating it with this mixture. All right, so the mixture is starting to coat here, so we just want to add just a pinch of salt, not a ton, and then 2 tablespoons of pure maple syrup. And once again, you just start working it all together. All right, so now we have our mixture completely ready. You just want everything coated. You don't want to see any chunks of cornstarch or sugar. So you just spread it out. And then we're gonna move this over to the stove. And you're going to put your flame on medium to medium low. You know, you're trying to thicken the cornstarch, so it can start a little bit higher, but you know, if it looks like it's about to burn or something, obviously turn it down. So now that we have our fruit cooking down on the stovetop, we're going to start on our biscuits. You're going to take your earth balance and your flour and a pastry cutter, your fingers, a fork, whatever works for you, and you're just going to start cutting into this. And you want your earth balance to be cold so it cuts into it, and you want small pieces, pea-sized is about the largest you want, so you can make a nice flaky biscuit. All right, so you have your earth balance cut into your flour, and we're going to add some sugar, baking soda, and then we could mix that in a little bit. And then we're going to start adding the wet ingredients to pull our dough together. All right, I'm adding a teaspoon of vanilla paste. You can use vanilla extract, whatever you have. I just like the little bean flecks that are in it. All right, now I'm going to add ice water. You have to go slowly with this because your dough needs to come together. So it tends to be 4 to 5 tablespoons of ice water, but just work it in with your fingers and see how it works for you. I'm going to start with about 3. So that was 3 tablespoons of water, and then we'll just start working this together. The vanilla smells good. So it looks like my dough came together with 3 tablespoons of ice water. So you'll definitely want to start on the smaller end and see how it works for you. So now we are going to check on our mixture on the stovetop. We have our mixture on the stovetop here, and as you can see, it's thickened. Now, I stirred it a little bit in the beginning, but now that it's thickened like this, you don't want to keep stirring it. So now what we're going to do is drop our biscuits on top. And they are just little drop biscuits. I divided my dough into 10 pieces. You could also do 8, depending on how many servings you want. So 8 to 10. You don't want them too thick. You want them to be able to bake through. So just form a nice little flattened biscuit. They'll rise up a little bit. And so you can cover most of the top. If you make them too tall, they might not bake through, and they also won't cover very much of the dish. So now you're just going to turn off your flame while this is still simmering a bit, and you're just going to drop biscuits on top. As you can see, it's going to sink in a little bit, which is great because the dough will absorb some of that delicious mixture. There are 10 biscuits. So, is this okay to pick up? You're just going to pick this up and put it in your 400-degree oven. Let me grab this. And just slide it right in. Now, if you don't have a dish that can go directly into the oven, you can also thicken on the stovetop and pour it into a 9x13 pan, and then just put your biscuits on top of that. So we just have to wait for it to come out. So it's been 20 minutes or so. You're gonna wanna wait 20 to 30 minutes depending on your oven. And we're gonna pull this out. And as you can see, it's nice and bubbly with golden brown biscuits on top. Turn the oven off. And there's our cobbler. So you're gonna wanna wait until this cools down a bit. Once this stops bubbling and it firms up nicely, you can start taking it out, putting it in bowls, eating it nice and warm. Maybe you want to put a little whipped topping on top. You can also make a cashew cream. At the cafe that I bake this for, we serve it with a nice sweetened cashew cream on top. And this is a great dish to share with your friends. You can eat it warm. It's actually good cold as well, and it reheats well. So enjoy. I'm Melissa. To find more information about me, you can go to theurbanhousewife.com or sugarbeetsweets.com, which is my company in San Francisco making baked goods. And thank you for joining me on Everyday Dish. And you'll find the recipe at everydaydish.tv. Bye.